tried Whitney Simmons' Alive app and here is my review. To sign up for the app was easy, just needed an email address. There's 2 pricing options. The first is monthly for $19.99 per month Canadian or $22.59 plus tax Canadian. Or you can do an annual subscription for $159.99 per year and get some savings there. If you do sign up for either, you get a 7-day free trial which you can cancel before the first billing period. That is what I did. So I see that there has been a lot of additions to the app. When I first heard about this app, there was only her 2 programs, Alive and Alive 2.0. She now has 7 programs on the app, including one with Libby Christensen. She has her Legs Get It 6-week program, which has an advanced, intermediate, and beginner level. There is the Lift with Libby program, the Alive and Alive 2.0. There is Alive Beginner, there is Alive Strong. She even has some at-home workouts for all levels. So I chose the Legs Get It program. This is her newest program. It's a strength-based training 6-week program. I chose the advanced level since I've been lifting for years now. Each workout has a 40 to 55 minute length. There is 30 workouts, and when you first start the program, you can choose whether you would like to have 4 or 5 workouts a week. I chose 5 per week. The program description says that it utilizes progressive overload, which has an emphasis on lower body. It says it has been developed to push you to the next level of glute growth. This is a 6-week program that integrates strength and hypertrophy. When you choose a program, you can drag and drop your workout days. For example, if you wanted to train legs on Thursday instead of Monday, or if you wanted to change which day you had a rest period, you can just tap it, hold down, and you can easily drag and rearrange your week. I thought this was really great. Day 1 was a glute and hamstring leg day in a true Whitney fashion. I've always loved her leg day workouts. Once I started a workout, you have the option of whether you want to include warm-up and cool-down exercises. You also have the option to enable timer sounds, so you can prevent the screen from sleeping. So the workout tells you the target muscles. It even shows a picture diagram of the muscle you'll be targeting, which I thought was really cool. It tells you the equipment you'll be needing for the workout, so you can make sure you have everything before the workout even starts. The workout includes a 6-minute warm-up, each warm-up exercise being 30 seconds long. The actual workout says it takes 53 minutes. There's 4 exercises. With the sets and reps listed, there is also a cool down, each 30 seconds long. So the app allows you to rearrange the order of exercises, so if the machine you wanted is taken, you can do something else. For some of the exercises, it also gives you an alternative option. I definitely underestimated the workout because when I opened it, I was like, only 4 exercises? Like, this is too easy. It was not, okay? I really like how Whitney ordered the workouts with the compound heavy movements at the beginning of the workout, like the barbell hip thrust and the barbell RDLs, and then included the accessory work like cable exercises or step-ups. This is how I usually plan my workout, so it was great to see this. You usually want this because you want the exercises that require the most energy to be done at the beginning. So the first exercise was barbell hip thrust, and I noticed that it was 4 sets of 5 reps. I don't think I've ever done 5 reps for any exercises ever, but the first set I did with 135 pounds, I could definitely do more, so I did 10. After that, I realized for me to challenge myself at 5 reps, I would need to up my weight. If it was a small rep amount, I could definitely go higher. So I went up to 225 and 245 pounds, and that was a challenge. Each exercise has a video clip from multiple angles of Whitney doing the exercise, which is great and helps you visualize the exercise and make sure your form is correct. The only thing I would like to see is the ability to have these videos be larger because the videos are pretty tiny and you can't expand them. I found myself squinting at the screen, trying to see it, trying to make sure I was doing the exercise right, trying to see her form, but yeah, you know. So during the workout, you have a video of the workout you're currently doing playing. You also have a tiny video of the next exercise as well as a timer. The video for the next exercise is so small, it is hard to see the next exercise and you can't click it and expand it. So unless you know the exercise just by the name, it kind of causes a delay. So when you have to stop and figure out what you're doing next, it's kind of annoying. So something I noticed was the rest times, like they were so goddamn long. Like in between the barbell hip thrusts were 3-minute breaks. I was like, damn, if I rested for 3 minutes in between sets, I would be cold, okay? Also, if you're working out in a busy gym, this really isn't ideal when people are waiting on the equipment. The gym was particularly busy this day, so I shortened my rest times. The rest times isn't really an issue since if you need a shorter rest, you can just skip to the next exercise. But something I noticed was that the workout was listed as 45 minutes, but it definitely was not. This workout took me more than an hour to complete, and that was with skipping the rest periods. If you're someone who has a busy life, you work full time, the rest periods may not be ideal for you, and you may be looking for a more fast-paced workout. I really liked how Whitney planned the workouts according to the equipment you would need. For example, the first exercise is barbell hip thrust, the second was barbell RDLs. This was perfect because I didn't need to go all over the gym. I was already there. All I had to do was adjust the weight and use the same barbell. Something I also noticed was that if you are doing a single leg exercise, Whitney added a minute break in between each leg. Like I know she jokes about how she needs a break in between each leg, but I'm used to just hammering out the sets because if I rest too much, I lose that kind of momentum that I have. Don't get me wrong, I do need a little break in between. Maybe like 30 seconds would be enough. I would would rather do my reps for each leg and then rest, because that way, the way it's set up, you're resting in between each leg and resting in between each rep. Like, that's a lot of rest. So something I noticed was that sometimes the little video clip that plays blacks out, and to get the video back, you have to exit out and come back in. So I think that's kind of a glitch in the app. I also noticed that there is a tiny little button, which I almost missed, to add your weight. But when you enter one weight, it applies to all your sets. Like, I spent a good 10 minutes trying to put my weights in for each set, only to have it overridden each time I did it, which was super annoying. I finally clicked all history, and at the end of my workout, I just input all my weights and reps. That is definitely something that would annoy me because I don't remember what weights or reps I did, but being able to input it right away solves that. So I kind of wish that during the rest period, it kind of prompts you to add the weights and reps and something like that, like just to make use of that 3-minute rest time. See, RDLs was something that I definitely took some time to learn, the form, realizing that it's not just bending over, it's actually pushing, like hinging your hips back. So this would be a perfect example of where I would have loved a voiceover for her to explain this, because just by watching her, it was not intuitive for me, and I'm sure not intuitive to other people. Day 2, workout number 2 was a chest and shoulder workout, one of my favorites. So I tried her warm-up exercises because I wanted to give a thorough review of the app and the program, but the warm-ups just didn't cut it for me, okay? They really didn't seem to actually work on the mobility of my shoulders. I felt like I needed a bit more resistance, like when I used a band. So my back and shoulder muscles get really tight from sitting at a desk all day. So if I don't work on my mobility, I definitely end up with pain in my shoulders. So I did Whitney's warm-up, didn't feel fully warmed up. Then I did a bit of dynamic stretching with the long loop band. There are only 5 exercises. Immediately, I saw that the first exercise was dumbbell shoulder press, was 3 sets of 5. For me, I usually go lighter on shoulder raises because I aim for high rep, but for me to actually challenge myself, I had to up my weight. So for 5 reps, I knew I could hit 20 pounds moderately. One thing I really liked about Whitney from her older videos was how she emphasized that women should train their chest. I used to write down her chest exercises and do them all the time. She always explained the form tips so well, and she talked you through exactly where you're supposed to feel and exercise. She used to love training shoulders. That was her favorite workout day. So as I was doing this workout, the one thing that I realized that could have been helpful was maybe having a voiceover to kind of guide you through the form. Like I had said previously, since the little video clip was so small, I couldn't really see her form very well. The second exercise was a close grip chest press, an exercise I had never tried before, so this was interesting. I've definitely seen guys do this in the gym, but I've never tried it myself. I kind of played around with the weights because I wasn't sure how heavy I could go. 10 pounds felt light, so I went up to 20. I ended up slowing down my reps and really squeezing my chest to feel it in my chest muscles. So an example of when I could have used a voiceover or some more guidance was this exercise called a high pull. I had never seen this exercise. I had to ask 2 separate people in the gym to watch the video and see if I was doing the exercise right. I had been doing it in 2 motions, but after we watched the video closer, we realized she wanted you to do it in 1 swift motion. I then had to lower my weight to actually focus on the form. This was a surprising one because I really felt this in my rear delts in a way I've never felt before. And I think I'm gonna add this to my upper body exercises. I wanted to make a note of the rest time for these exercises. In between shoulder presses was a 3-minute rest period. That is crazy. I literally said out loud in the gym, that's crazy. Damn, that's a lot of rest. Like, I definitely skipped it because I wasn't even fatigued after doing 5 reps. I was trying to understand the logic behind her picking the rest times. I know she preaches to make sure you take your rest times in between heavy compound lifts, but for shoulder press, like, I think at least a minute would be enough. Anything other than that, you're cooling down and you're losing your momentum. So I ended up skipping the rest period. This workout was finished in about 45 minutes. I didn't end up doing the cool down exercises. I still felt like I needed a bit of a challenge, so I ended up doing some bench press as a finisher. Overall, a decent upper body workout. I expected a bit more for some reason, but I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. So I specifically wanted to leave this section in, is kind of me like struggling with the exercise. So on the left, I am showing you the video of Whitney and, you know, she's doing the movement and stuff like that. But like I said, I mistakened it. I thought it would be like 2 motions, but it should be 1 quick motion. So I ended up lowering the weight and trying it. But the weight for the, you know, rowing up was, I could go heavier, but for the like shoulder thing, I had to go lower. This specific exercise was incredibly awkward. Like, I'm stumbling over my words just speaking at it. Like, even if you look at my body language, I just look uncomfortable. I definitely felt like there could have been a way to do this without the awkwardness, you know what I mean? There's the dumbbell options, you know? You don't have to use the cable. This was just really weird. I was definitely trying to avoid my hoo-ha area, you know, but yeah, awkward. Day 3 was a quad and hamstring workout. I turned off the warm-up and cool down because I was feeling so tired and I really just wanted to get this workout done and go home. So I did my own dynamic warm-up quickly. This day was the first time I had used the rearrange option. Someone was on the leg press, so I decided to rearrange the deficit lunges so that I was doing them first. So the drag and drop feature is so easy to use. It is effortless. First exercise was a superset, which I didn't even know was a superset. I just assumed since they were placed so closely together. It would have been nice to have indicated somewhere that this was a superset, especially for people who don't know that term. The exercise was deficit lunges on each leg. Superset was single leg RDLs. The single leg RDLs was an interesting one for me. I've always done RDLs with both legs, or I've done the B stance RDL, but never one where you have to hinge your whole body and balance on something. I kind of like this. If I did them slow enough, I got a really good mind to muscle connection, and this actually gave me a good burn. So I like the superset. You do both the exercises on the right leg, take a break, and then exercise, switch to the other leg. I like the superset because you could be in your own little corner in the gym and get everything done. You don't have to move around a lot. The second exercise was the leg press. This threw me off. I noticed that the first exercises Whitney puts in workouts are supposed to be the heavy or the compound lifts, but she puts 5 reps. I've never done 5 reps on anything before. I've done 8, 10, 12 and higher, but 5 just seems like you would have the energy to do more, you know? It's still throwing me off, and I'm curious as to why she chose 5 reps. So I find myself fighting to stop myself from going past the 5 reps. I'm used to 10 reps and higher, but I wanted to review the workout program as she planned it, so I did the 5. I kept adding extra weight for me to actually get a challenge. There's no option in the app to add reps, add an extra set, change the reps, etc. She wants you to do the workout as she planned it exactly. The third exercise was a single leg hip thrust, which I really like. They are great for people with glute imbalances. I often neglect doing single leg exercises, but these are important. So I went a bit heavier with these ones. The rep range was 8, so I knew that what weight I could hit and still be challenging. I completely stopped adding in my weight amount since the glitch on day 1, where the weight you enter just keeps overriding the previous one. Instead, I have my video recordings to look back on so I can enter them in after I'm done the workout. I'd rather not waste the time playing in the app. I'd rather just focus on working out. So the past few days, I noticed that the app kept glitching and the screen to apply for a subscription kept coming up. If I waited a few seconds, it would say user has already enabled subscription, which is weird because I'm literally in the middle of the workout. Like, it kept doing this multiple times. It was trying to get my money, but I'm doing the free trial, okay? And this is super annoying. It's been doing it repeatedly. So after using the app for a week, I feel I can give a thorough review of whether or not this would be a good fitness app to use to program your exercises. So the benefits of the app are that you are given access to workouts that are filmed by Whitney specifically for the app. It doesn't appear to be the workouts that she would have posted on her Instagram or YouTube. You have a selection from the various programs Whitney offers to suit your goals. There is intensity levels from beginner to advanced. You can choose to do an in-gym program or an at-home program. All your workouts are planned out for you. There is no guessing. You don't show up to the gym wondering what you should do that day, which is a pretty big deal. I used to show up to the gym and be like, well, I'll just work out whatever machine is available, and then somehow ended up doing cardio. So I like the structure, the organization. There is video demonstrations of each exercise, the name of the exercise, and the amount of reps are listed clearly. So after reading up more on the app description, the core set of exercises changes depending on the week of the program. So as I looked through the weeks, I saw she added in barbell squats or like a barbell hip thrust tricep, etc. So you do have some variation throughout the 6 weeks so you don't get bored or used to the exercises. The app interface is cute. I really like the blue and pink aesthetic. It's very appealing to the eye. The app is clean and easy to use. Now let's get into some of the reasons as to why I will not be purchasing this app after the 7-day free trial. So after doing some research for this video, I watched other YouTubers who reviewed this app. The same issues that were brought up when this app first launched years ago are still issues today, which shows me that instead of focusing on fixing those technical issues or listening to feedback, they decided to go ahead and just add more programs. When the app first launched, many people complained of the long rest periods. This is still an issue. 3-minute rest, a minute and a half rest is too much for certain exercises. As someone who works full time and I only have an hour to myself to work out, if I'm following a program, I want to follow it fully, which includes the rest periods. If I'm paying for an app, I want to follow it step by step. This issue can definitely be solved by simply skipping the rest period and just taking as much rest as you need. For an advanced program, I'm genuinely shocked that the rest period is this long, since the more advanced of a lifter you are, the faster you are able to recover in between sets and the less rest you'd need. So the constant glitches in the app were annoying. The videos that showed the exercises would black out and you'd have to exit to restart it. Some of the exercises on the app don't even have videos, which I could overlook if they were simple exercises that I could just figure out by the name. But at one point there was exercises like titled gorilla row or high pull. These things are not very obvious, even to me. I would definitely have liked to have those exercises be filmed and show me how to carry out the movement. The app kept interrupting my workouts to ask me to subscribe to a program, which I had already done. This would pop up multiple times during the workout, causing me to have to restart the app to get it to go away. So the exercise videos that were there aren't very big. You can expand the video, but you can't zoom in or anything. I do like that she shows you the exercises from different angles. Once again, I would have loved to have like a short voiceover just to explain exactly what she's doing. The diagrams of the muscle groups helped as a visual. It tells you where you're supposed to feel the exercises at. For a program that emphasizes progressive overload with increasing your weight, reps, or time under tension as time progresses, I'm shocked that there wasn't more emphasis on upping your weights or even entering your weights. Like I had said previously, the button to add your weights was so tiny. It also was glitching where every time you entered a weight, it would override the other. It would have been nice to have a prompt to add your weights maybe during the rest period. Also, I didn't see any mention of like picking a weight to challenge yourself or to try and increase your weight each set. These are things that came intuitive to me since I've been lifting for a while. This could be why they did this, but I'm not sure. For the average person, this may not be obvious. I only knew to adjust my weights depending on the rep amount. So if it was a lower rep range, I'd increase the weight. If it was a higher rep range, I'd decrease the weight. So in conclusion, the app does have some benefits. It's similar to having your own personal trainer in the gym. I find this app to be a bit pricey. $22.99 Canadian per month is a lot. There are other apps out there which are cheaper, but I think the only reason I would choose to subscribe to this app would be to support Whitney and her businesses. But I personally don't think she needs my money, so I won't be doing that. The app's constant glitches and technical issues is a bit of an annoyance. Some can be overlooked, but some can't. I hope maybe in the future updates that these issues can be resolved. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing because I'll be reviewing other fitness apps. So let me know down below if you've tried the Alive app or if you're willing to try it. I'm curious if you found the same issues as me, or maybe they're not an issue for you at all. And if you got it this far in the video, comment either a pink or a blue emoji, okay? Thanks for watching, bye!